Hello everyone, our topic for today is basic music theory. So let's begin and learn more about music. First, what is music theory? Music theory it defines the core aspects of music and provides a system for musicians to communicate their ideas to one another. It also defines how musicians explain and describe the phenomena heard in a musical composition. So here are some definitions of the basic music theory terminology. Music notes. A note is the representation of a musical sound. Notes can represent the pitch and duration of a sound in a musical notation. There are 7 notes that make all music. They include A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. They can also be identified by the naming convention of Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti. Pitch. The pitch of music is determined by how high or low the frequency of a note is played. Pitch measured by the frequency of sound wave vibrations and measured in hertz. Each music note has a unique frequency. Here is a sample of a pitch played from low to high. Scale. Musical scales is a set of notes within an octave arranged by their pitch. There are major scales and minor scales. Here is an example of a major scale. Here is an example of a minor scale. Modes. Modes are type of scale with distinct melody. Musical modes are scales derived from a parent scale. There are 7 music modes. They include Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. Rhythm. It is the controlled movement of music in time. Especially, it is the way music is divided into beats that repeat a specific number of times within a bar at a specific speed or tempo. Key signatures. Identify the notes in a scale that are sharp or flat. They can also identify the key of a song. There are 12 key signatures, each named from the 12 available notes on the piano keyboard. Here are the samples of key signatures from treble clef and bass clef. Intervals. Distance between two notes. Intervals are measured in half steps all steps in their position in the scale. A half-step interval is one semitone. Two half steps make a whole step. Here are samples of intervals. Melody. Usually the part of a song that sticks in your head. It can be the most memorable part of any song. Specifically, it is a group of notes of various pitches, play one after another, sounding like one single entity. This is made up of rhythm and pitch. Harmony is what occurs when more than one note is played or sung at the same time. Chords. Chords are the building blocks of all songs. A chord is a combination of two or more notes played simultaneously, with the root note starting the chord progression. Here is a sample of a basic chord. This is the C chord, the combination of notes C, E, and G.
Music symbols and notation. First is lines. Lines often relate to the non-notation markings to help composers write and organize the clefs, notes, and other symbols involved in a piece. The staff or staff is one of the example of lines where music and symbols are placed. Staff is composed of 5 lines and 4 spaces, and they serve to orientate the notes. Next is bar or measure. The staff is broken into measures which are separated by these bars. A measure is also called bar. There are different bar lines in music, including single bar line, double bar line, and bar line, and repeat symbol. Bracket or brace. The bracket connects lines of music that plays in tandem. Clefs is also part of a musical symbol used to indicate which notes are represented by the lines and spaces on a musical staff. Treble clef is one of the types of clef. It is shaped like an ornamental G and used for most higher pitch instruments. F or bass clef. The line between the two dots denotes the F note below middle C. This clef represents bass and baritone voices in choral music. C alto or viola clef. A C clef on the third line of the staff is called the alto or viola clef. The viola and the alto trombone are generally the only instruments that use this clef. Third is the time signature. Known as a meter signature, is a notational convention used in Western musical notation to specify how many beats are contained in each measure and which note value is equivalent to a beat. The most common time signature is 4/4 time. It can also be represented as a C. Cut time is another common time signature, 2/2 time or cut time. It is also represented as a C with a vertical line through it. Fourth is notes. A note is placed in a certain location on the staff to indicate which note it is. However, you can also tell how long to play that note based on the way it looks. There are 7 types of notes. First is whole note. It lasts for 4 counts. It is the longest single note value in music theory. It never has stem. Next is half note, which represents 1/2 of the whole note. It's 2 beats in 4/4 time. It can be depicted with the stem pointing downward on the left side. Third is quarter note. Only 1 beat when the time signature is 4/4. This note can be depicted with the stem pointing downward on the left side. Fourth is eighth note, half of the value of a quarter note. This note can also be depicted with the stem pointing downward on the left side. Fifth is the 16th note, a note played for half the duration of an eighth note. It is 1/4 per beat. Next is beamed notes. These notes connect 8 notes and notes of shorter value. They reflect rhythmic groupings of notes. Last is dotted notes. When you see a dot next to a note, increase the duration of that note by half of its original value. For example, a whole note is worth 4 bits. When a dot is added, the dot is worth 1/2 of 4 bits. Therefore, a dotted semibrieve is worth 6 bits.
Rest. Rest indicate the amount of time you will pause when you're going through a composition it includes. Whole rest. This rest represents one entire measure. It's 4 bits in 4x4 time signature and corresponds to the whole note. Half rest. This symbol indicates you will rest for the amount of time equal to half of the whole note. It looks similar to the whole note, but notice that it rests above the line as opposed to below it as the whole rest does. Quarter rest. A rest that equivalent to the croquet or quarter note. Eighth rest. A rest that is equivalent to an eighth or note or quaver. For notes of this length, in the shorter, the rest has the same number of branches as the note has flag. Sixteenth rest. A rest that's equal to a sixteenth note. Note how it has 2 branches, just like the note itself has 2 flags. Accidentals is a symbol that indicates the modification of a pitch.
There are 5 accidentals in music. Flat. It means lower in pitch by 1 semitone. Second, sharp, means higher in pitch by 1 semitone. Third, natural, used to cancel a flat or sharp from either preceding note or the key signature. Next, double flat note, lower the pitch of a note by 2 semitones. Fifth, double sharp note, raise a note by 2 semitones or 1 whole tone.
Dynamics. Dynamics depict volume or emotion and intensity of the composition or section of the composition. 9 dynamics in music. First, pianismo. Very soft and quiet. Second, piano. Soft and quiet. Third, mezzo piano. Moderately soft and quiet. Mezzo forte, moderately loud. Fifth, forte, loud and strong. Sixth, fortissimo, very loud and strong. 7. Sfransando, abrupt, accented, forceful. 8. Crescendo, a gradual increase in volume over the span of the notes where it is written. 9.
Decrescendo,
A gradual decrease in volume over the span of the notes where it is written.